I don't know about you, but I truly believe in times of uncertainty, women don't wait for certainty. We create it. That's why it's no surprise that women are often chosen to lead in times of crisis. The result: increased productivity, enhanced collaboration, inspired dedication, and improved fairness. Do you relate to that? We have, I believe, an innate ability to create stability. It's not always conscious, but it is instinctive. We bring resilience, we bring strength, we bring compassion and hope. We also, as women, hold the key, I believe, to some of the best ideas and insights for our businesses, for our organizations, but they're no good unless they're shared. So, what holds us back? What really stops us from speaking up in meetings, contributing more, questioning and challenging ideas? Perhaps it's the fear of being not being taken seriously. And I often hear the fear of being judged, the fear of confrontation, perhaps, particularly if we're involved in a male dominated industry. Why don't we advocate for ourselves more? Ask for what we want to. Value our worth. Why don't we put ourselves forward for opportunities instead of waiting to be asked? That's it. Waiting for permission, that one. And waiting to be perfect. You've heard that one before. Imagine if we did all these things. We could certainly close the gender promotion gap. We could certainly start to close the gender pay gap. So, what are we waiting for? Why are so many of us trying so hard to fit in when we were born to stand out? Are we experiencing some sort of confidence crisis? Or perhaps we've forgotten who we truly are and how capable and how brilliant we can be. Hi, my name is Tamsin Napier Munn, and I'm so thrilled and grateful to be invited to speak to you, with you, for you, but not at you, by the way, on the 4th of March to celebrate International Women's Day 2026. What a wonderful event it's going to be, and part of AFPA Trust. I've met some of you and very much looking forward to meeting many more of you and hearing your thoughts and your stories. So, what's it about? What am I going to be sharing? I'm going to be unpacking this thing called confidence, understand what it is, what stops us from having it, how to get more of it, and crucially, what this means to you to take the handbrake off your life, potentially, and your career. I know, by the way, some of you are already smashing it. I get it. But unless you're truly out there fulfilling your potential, you're likely to be your best kept secret. And I'm going to say up front, before the day, that the confidence, and here's a clue, is in fact a smokescreen for something else. But before we dive into that, I want you to know this. I see you. I see the capability. I see the insights, the experience. You all hold so much value. And you probably know that. And I also know the cost of staying silent, the opportunity cost, the self esteem cost, the confidence cost, and perhaps the pay cost. How do I know? There was a long chapter in my life when I had no voice, no confidence, and a life built on rocky foundations. And I spent years playing small, fitting in, and you may recognize this, second guessing yourself. I was second guessing myself until a few defining moments that completely changed the trajectory of my life. What felt like a breakdown became a breakthrough from the inside. And then the results outside were nothing less than dramatic. And from that, I didn't just rebuild my confidence in myself, I became kind of obsessed to understand it, to share it, to crack that confidence code. Look, I'm just going to say to up front, I still struggle with self-confidence. Not surprisingly, I think most people do to a certain extent, but I've learned how to crack the code. Then the good news is it's partly a skill. Through many lived experiences that I've had, my speaking and my corporate work, and having deep, deep conversations with some amazing women, perhaps many of them, perhaps like you, I've developed practical strategies, I've developed tools and insights. Now, I'm going to have very little time to share these with you, but I am going to share a few with you that hopefully don't just leave you inspired for the day, but will leave you changed, more grounded, more certain, more willing to step forward and take opportunities you might previously have talked yourself out of. It's a serious subject, but I know that we're going to have some fun, and I'm sure there'll be laughter. There will also be a few, oh, that's me moments, I'm sure, because cracking the confidence code isn't about fixing you, it's about remembering who you already are. And that is why people call me a catalyst for change. So I'm really looking forward to meeting you and hearing your stories.